Hello and welcome to Temtalk, a podcast about the creature collection MMO Temtem. I'm your host this week, Pres B. Kennedy, joined as always by the wonderful It's Gaijin Boo, with special guest this week. It's Gaijin Boo's VTube avatar, Rawrzyyy.
Yes.
I can't.
Is that all I am to you? I've been degraded to a dirty VTuber.
Rawrzyyy, I always give guests the option. I can introduce you, or you can introduce yourself. Which would you like?
People like to hear me talk, so I'll go for it.
I mean, that's debatable. People like to hear me talk.
Wow, we're the same. We're the same.
And they assume that you talking is me.
True. True. My name's Rawrzyyy. I'm not Gaijin Boo. He is but a mere imposter. I'm the person who's always commentating with Plus. I've worked a couple times with Tsubaki and Quarter and FT and stuff, and that's really the only way you'd know me. I'm going to be involved a little bit with Club Wars this season, so that'll be nice and fun. And this is my second time on Temtalk, which means third time I get the punch card, fourth time I get a sandwich. Kennedy promised me earlier.
No, this is your third time. You get the punch card this time, and next time you get the sandwich, because we had you on as a special guest once, and then you joined and you gave us some commentary on a tournament that we were missing some details. Yeah, that was the second time.
Very briefly at the very end of the show.
Rawrzyyy,
Okay, so
every moment with you is precious, and I remember each and every one of them. So we are appreciative for you being here. But yeah, we got some huge news this week. CIPANKU'S coming out sometime. Massive. I don't know when. No, I'm kidding. It's CIPANKU'S coming out tomorrow. We've got a bunch of updates from last week that we didn't get to cover with some teasers that they did. And then we got a couple blog posts with some really cool news this week. And Gaijin and I competed in tournaments. We skipped an episode. We didn't get to talk about them. So it's a big old episode, and we got a lot of juicy stuff. And I told Gaijin at the start, I don't want you guys to think I hate you. I'm going to introduce topics, let you guys talk, and then I'm going to try and be conscious of time, and I might just cut you guys off and say, we got to go to the next one, because it is a big episode today.
It's a bit hefty. Plus, I work at 8 p.m., so we've got an hour. So
we've got an hour? Good Lord, we can't even do it. All right.
Yeah.
Welcome to Temtalk, episode 57, part 1. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so let's talk about our previous week/2 weeks in Temtem. I'll open up the floor on this because I'll just kind of speed through the stuff that I was doing. I started live streaming other games other than D&D. Mostly I've only live streamed D&D the past couple months. But I started streaming Temtem again, and then League of Legends and Minecraft is also on my roster. And I was going hard in the paint last week on Temtem. And then I realized, I was like, wait a second. I'm going to be going hard in the paint when CIPANKU comes out. Let me just not, overkill myself. And I'm going to end the stream early at, I think I played for, 4 hours on stream. And then I went on to do something else. So yeah, I back into live streaming. That was fun. I did a couple competitive matches on my alt. And I think I won them all, ? And then, I don't remember. And then I am working on completing my Tempedia, because with well over 3,000 hours into this game, playing since early access launch, I still haven't did that. I figured I might as well do it before CIPANKU comes out. So I got just a handful more Tims to acquire. And then I also competed in Plus OP's tournament 2 weeks ago, but I was actually hanging out with some friends this past Friday and missed number 43. But yeah, we can talk about the tournament when we get to the tournament section. I'll throw it to one of you if you guys want to talk about your week.
Go for it.
I don't know.
Yes.
That's my speedy answer. Same old. Asylums, coaching, preparing for CIPANKU stuff.
I very much like that descriptive ending. It was beautiful. Gorgeous.
It was not that much tongue, okay?
Debatable. Okay, maybe it was me just
How about you,
wishing
Mr.
there
Boo?
was.
Oh, Gaijin, we got such big news for you later in this episode. You can go for it now if you want.
No, I mean, it's fine. I'll wait.
Okay.
So basically, I've just been playing other games. I did a couple of Dojo rematches this week. Nothing too crazy. I was playing other games. I played Sea of Thieves. I hit level 100 on the Plunder Pass, which I'm really excited about. So I maxed out the Plunder Pass. That's Battle Pass 1 down. I think it's like the first Battle Pass I've ever actually completed. Like Destiny added them, and I never completed one ever. But I completed this one. And then I played Ratchet and Clank yesterday, and I got like 90% of the way through the game, I think, not counting platinum, but I've already platinumed before. But apparently today is Ratchet and Clank's the 2016 variant of Ratchet and Clank. It's its birthday today. It's its birthday, so I played today and yesterday into today, like 12 hours. But yeah, that's basically my week. Nothing exciting.
Okay. All right, let's hit up the weekly reset because I think we have 3 great options in the reset this week. I'll tackle CIPANK.
No, we don't. We don't have any good options this week. Are you joking?
I think what he means is we will soon have a fantastic 4th option. But that might be skipping ahead a little bit too much.
Yeah, okay, so I'm looking at the reset here for the week because, like, before we talk about the news, I'm looking at the reset, and the reset's looking kind of nice. 4x Luma odds on 4x Luma odds on Spreeol with 5% egg techniques. Pretty nice. Toxalotl with 3x Luma odds, 20%. Egg moves? That's pretty nice for a CIPANK week, all things considered. 2,800 Pansuns gets you in there.
I will have to say that I think J-Dragon is probably really tempted between playing CIPANKU and spending all week in CIPANK.
I mean, there's always time to play through CIPANKU, and you can get the Tims, at the auctions. So, like, no worries.
But that's not how OTs work.
Oh, I guess
not
OTs,
how OTs work.
CIPANK rotates. Like, CIPANK rotates. And,
yeah, but when
like,
was the last time we saw
is
Toxalotl?
Super
and
pretty.
When it rotates back in, it's going to be
No,
SVD.
Gaijin, I'm agreeing with you. I'm agreeing with you. I'm on your side. Toxalotl is a super pretty Luma, and so is Spreeol into Cerny. Like, super pretty. So, I mean, I looked at this morning, and I was like, this is kind of nice. I was feeling CIPANK. Not that I'm gonna, like, I guess maybe if I get super duper bored tonight, I might go in there and just run around for a little bit. But for the people who still pursue this content, I would think that this would be a week that makes them excited.
Yeah, but the problem is it's a Luma week on a new patch week, a new content week. It feels bad. Like,
fair enough.
It feels bad because I mean, nobody wants to rush through the content or skip a bunch of stuff. Like, I mean, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna take my sweet savory time all day tomorrow, like 18 hours or something, however long.
I love and appreciate you, Gaijin, but I will not be watching. I'm going to enter CIPANKU either co-opt with you or completely blind. So.
No, I'm not co-opting with you. Get out of here.
A lot of us have jobs to do.
Unfortunate.
Be able to hang out all day for your 18-hour stream.
I mean, you better quit then, I guess. It's pretty simple.
Yeah, I'll see you when I see you, nerds.
But yeah, I mean, it's
that's
a good
what I'm gonna tell the
CIPANK
kids
week.
I work with.
So 2,800 Pansounds, you get 5 side cards. That's not that many side cards, but so you're probably gonna want to double up if you decide to go to CIPANK. But yeah, the Tems are both great. Noxalotl, gorgeous. Cerny, fantastic. And even when CIPANKU comes out, it's gonna be a really great usable PvP Tem. So the egg moves are gonna be great. But
I mean, it's only got one that's great, and that's Fron Whip.
Sure. For now.
But I mean, and I don't even think you need Fron Whip. Like, Fron Whip's great, but I like Root Cerny better just because a lot of the times, if you don't have an immediate Cerny answer, the answer to Cerny is to focus the other slot and support Cerny with, like, Roots, Revitalize, Bush, and Water Cutting Lily is really obnoxious. It is beautifully obnoxious.
Uh-oh, Rawrzyyy, your camera died.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was a power source failure.
Oh,
So
wow.
dealing with that for a moment.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Anyway.
Okay, let's fly through the rest of this reset pretty quick so we can tackle the rest of the stuff.
Did you go over free temp? No.
I did not.
All right, so free temp for 50 releases, you get 12 mango candies. 150 releases, you get 2 wish you well coins. 300 releases, you get 2 plum dies, and at 430 releases, you get 1 HP telemer hack. Pretty okay week. I mean, you know, most people probably aren't going to be spending all their time free temping because they're going to be doing CIPANKU'S, but hey, and, I mean, we don't even know what the new free temp spot is. So, you know, people might be messing around and trying to find the correct location now. And then we got Firekoish and the Nuru Lodge for catching. So if you need some Firekoish for your Quetzalcoatl team, there you
Everybody needs a Firekoish. Like, this is great. Get your fur.
You know, I actually feel like Electric Koish is about 5 times better than Fire Koish. To the point where I would use Fire Koish only for Synergy Master with Fire typing on Stone Balls. But that would be the only value that it would bring me.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I'm kind of over Quetzalcoatl. You're like using it as it. I don't know. I liked it for a little bit, but then I got real tired of it, especially seeing 9,000 people with it.
Oh boy, a Quetzalcoatl team.
It got a little boring for me.
I don't think I was running Quetzal on my ult. I forgot what I was using when I was playing ranked this weekend, but that's how I felt. I was like, oh boy, looks like we got some Quetzal to deal with this game.
Yeah,
oh boy, looks like we got a good old Nagai's to deal with.
You always gotta have something on your team to deal with, either a Nagai's and a Gulder or a
Oh, I was running Valash, and I definitely went for a Greed Madness buff like one turn. It was beautiful. I loved it.
Double Madness buff.
I wish I was as good with Valash as Funky How is. That's my aspiration someday.
All right, are we moving on to the next topic?
Okay, let's hit it. Okay, so we had a big update, or rather not, well, we are going to have an update this week, but we had a big blog post come out from the PlayStation blog, and Gaijin actually sent this to me, and it was written by the game director of Crema, which is our community knows him as Yaw. Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher his name,
Quetzalina.
But yeah, there we go. I'll butcher the name of a technique, but there's like a lot of power in a person's name, and it's really nice to try and pronounce it correctly. But I'll go with Yaw because it's the one I know I can do.
Before we go through this, I have to talk about the most adorable Tem being revealed in this photo.
Are you talking about the digital fire dog?
The digital fire dog underneath the bumblebee.
Yes.
Just makes me so happy.
I want to pet it. I need to own it. Digital fire dog.
I need to see its
so
Luma.
Cool. I know. The Luma has got to be like, look at the coloring on it in general. I love its color palette, so I really hope the Luma is multicolor palette too, ideally. And I'm hoping
digital
purple.
fire dog, and let's give it Quetzalcoatl.
And don't forget the little the little cat mimic ghost thing up
yes, there. That is going to be a really interesting addition. So anyways, this blog post kind of goes through and explains what to expect from...
Would you like me to read it?
No, I don't think we should read it. I don't think we have time to read it.
It's not very long.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Temtem welcomes you to CIPANKU'S Island in new update live tomorrow. Capture new Tems and explore the first mythical lair with 4 of your friends. Hello again, Tamers, and welcome back to the archipelago. The wait is over, and the eagerly awaited island of CIPANKU'S opens its doors tomorrow for all Tamers to discover and enjoy. In case you missed it, Temtem is a colorful creature collecting MMO where you'll explore the airborne archipelago alongside your Temtem squad. From tomorrow onwards, you'll have 1 more island to discover. Oh, we'll also be implementing activity cards for all in-game quests. We can't wait to see what you think. Oh, that's a PlayStation thing. The rise of digital Temtem. CIPANKU is an electric digital themed island where tradition and technology converge and meld together. CIPANKU is the first island to house digital Temtem, a rare Temtem type that humans created in the Nanto laboratories. Digital Tems come with their own new and exclusive traits and techniques. They're the first type to be weak to themselves. Digital Tems are strong against mental, melee, and digital types and are weak to water, electric, and digital. They're also resistant to the toxic type. Whoa, they're resistant
let's pause
to
this.
toxic?
Let's pause this. Yeah, because I actually forgot about this when we were theorizing on the evolving meta. Like before, I said that wind and toxic are going to be really terrifying just because of the typings they have available. But CIPANKU is going to push more winds out, and that made me afraid of how powerful toxics were going to become. But my brain just never registered digital's resistant to toxic.
I never even knew that, honestly. Like I guess I never really looked too much into the digital typing, just because just because like we don't have any. So I'm like, okay, I don't need to worry about this.
Yeah,
I'll just say though, keep in mind, resisting toxic doesn't mean you resist toxic. It means that the damage itself that measly
toxic
gold or
ticks.
toxic ink isn't going to hurt you very badly. But you're still going to take the brunt of that. You know, you'll hit 20% instead of 20%.
Yeah, but I mean, now first picking Voloran becomes like such a different scenario because it's like, yes, toxic ink is one huge issue, well, not issue, but one huge obstacle to get over, like when you're in battles. But noxious bomb's another one. Like it hurts. So
yeah, so I mean, like the toxic ticks are still going to be a thing. Honestly, I'll be surprised if we don't see a equipment, a gear item that resists toxic status as well, like we have for the burn status. What is it?
Pan sunscreen.
And sunscreen, thank you. You know, I fully expect to see something like that too. So, you know, we will have chamomile at our disposal still. We'll probably have something like that in the near future as well. I would honestly not be surprised. So that's actually really cool. Notable digital Tems you might already have registered in your Tempedia include Ori, Xiaobian, and the digital variant of Koish. We've also leaked a new digital Tem called Molgu, and a couple of electric Tems like Regnet and the Spartsy line. Catch a mythical Temtem together. This is really exciting. I don't know if there's any audio to this, but I'm going to play it anyway. So, this here, you catch a mythical Temtem together. So you get up to 5 people, and you go into a lair with other tamers. We don't know anything about this, but what they say, CIPANKU also brings with it one of the most significant features in the game's history, mythical Temtem, and the way to reach them, lairs. Lairs are a group activity ranging from 3 to 5 players. Having 5 is strongly recommended, where you and your teammates will be able to progress through your own paths to get a chance at capturing the mythical Temtem in lairs. Even though each player receives a different randomly generated path, all resources are shared, and resource management is the true key to success in reaching the mythical. To prove your skills as a tamer, instead of traversing the lair with your usual squad, you must form your Temtem team and inventory during the lair and think strategically about when and what to bring along with you.
I love this. I absolutely think that this is a great feature. And if anybody looks back to a couple episodes ago when I started playing World of Warcraft, they have like this roguelike dungeon system they implemented where, you know, it's organic each time you go and you build your character and the path is procedurally generated. Games need to take advantage of this technology, and I'm so happy Temtem is, because it's infinitely, well, not infinitely, but like procedurally generated content can create so many opportunities for like re-engaging the player base. Rawrzyyy, how do you feel about lairs? Where you at on this? We didn't get to talk about it a lot before the show.
I'm so excited about the lairs. That scene, that quarter posted in our server this morning, I lost it. I was so happy. I was so excited that adding more PvE content will not only keep players more engaged, keep the casual player base a little bit happier, but it's just a fun thing for the competitive scene to do. And it's something that we can challenge ourselves. You know, they say recommended 5 players. Let's only bring 3. Oh, well, we have to find our Tems in the lair potentially. Well, let's limit ourselves to Little Cup, or let's limit ourselves on level or typing and challenge ourselves to do something a little bit better. And you can continue to do it over and over again. I believe it says at the bottom, you can continue to do it until you succeed with each layer, which means there's no real penalty if you challenge yourself too heavily and you're not able to complete it. Just go back again afterwards, over and over and over again until you get what you want.
Yes, and I really hope with layers that they make it so you can, even after you complete it, that you can come back and try it again. That would be... I've got my fingers crossed for that feature.
Yeah.
Gaijin,
being able to go back in and redo it, I think is like key. I feel like that would be something that definitely needs to happen. It would feel really kind of weird to be like, okay, you done it, you beat it, bye-bye. Content's over, you're done. So, you know, I'm hoping that it'll be kind of like a dojo rematches type deal. Like, you can redo this as many times as you want to. Maybe, you know, hopefully not like once a week. I don't know. I don't really know how they're going to go about it. I'm really excited about this. The fact that they're adding content where not only do they have co-op now, they have content where you can get together with 3 to 5 of your friends and actually just all hang out and do stuff together is incredible. Like, this is...
I welcome your enthusiasm, Gaijin, but I want to jump on something Rawrzyyy said.
Mm-hmm.
He mentioned adding PvE content's a way to maintain the player base. If you could, Gaijin, I put a image in the notes document at the bottom, or you can just Google search Temtem Steam charts, because I like looking at these. I like looking at these as a way to kind of, you know, measure player engagements, because it's the only stats we as players have access to openly. And if we look at the charts, June was the lowest part of the, you know, our time in Temtem, because we were waiting for the Kiswa update to come out. Kiswa came out, and then obviously the player base declined after that. And then leading up to January, we got the weekly content patch with Koish, fishing, all of the package deliveries, and then you can kind of see the impact that's had of like what content's maintained players and what content hasn't. So I took a snapshot of this now of like where we're at, and I put it here so, you know, we can kind of remember it later. And I would like to revisit this maybe in 2 months.
This only goes to June. The snapshot you put only goes to June 2020. Oh, wait, never mind. Wow, sorry. It's done to
June 2020 is when Kiswa came out.
Sorry, I was reading it backwards. I thought it went down instead of up. Gotcha, never mind. I'm dumb.
Yeah, and we can revisit this. We can revisit this like in 2 months, but I just kind of wanted to like kind of show that of like, ooh, this is where we're at, and let's see. You know,
this is difficult too because it doesn't show Discord players at all, and it doesn't show PS5.
And it doesn't show PS5 either. Is there a site that shows PS5?
I don't think so. I would wager that the PS5 player base is probably smaller, but I don't really know, just because of how hard it is to get PS5s in the first place. But at the same time, they have sold millions of them, so I don't honestly know. It could be bigger.
And I don't say this as like this is the player base of Temtem. I think that this is just
I know.
a good
It's an interesting
image.
look. It's a look into, you know, what kind of content updates bring players, et cetera, and how the, you know, player base fluctuates. Absolutely.
Okay. And yeah, Rawrzyyy had mentioned you know, the retention, and I want to see a big old jump in CIPANKU. I'm talking like probably 2,600 Steam players, right? And then I hope that it peters off and stays at like 1,800 or something like that.
Yeah,
we keep it like a little good retention.
Yeah, I'd like to see more people retained because we always seem to fall back to like the same numbers. Like I feel like Twitch Temtem is a little bit bigger than it was last time. Like before Kisiwa, I feel like we were what 50 to 80 people maximum for viewership. I think even Plus OP was only pulling like for his regular streams before Kisiwa was pulling like 50 people, and he ended up streaming, you know, other games because there was just nothing here. You know, he couldn't run auctions, he couldn't run tourneys because he couldn't run auctions and stuff like that. But I'm really hoping that this brings a lot more retention. That being said, the next thing on the list is fast travel across islands. Here's a really little cool animation showing you kind of like them registering the points. We don't get to see what the fast travel looks like, but you apparently have to register the points. And they say, the technology advancements in CIPANKU will allow you to unlock one of the most requested features so far, teleportation. By completing a side quest in the city of Neo-Edo, you'll unlock a nifty teleport system that, in exchange for a fee, will let you travel instantly from many different hotspots across the archipelago. Teleports to any Narwhal airport are free, though. And then there's just nothing. There's just top tips for success in CIPANKU, which, I mean, I don't know.
Does anybody trust Yaw at this point? I remember at the start of Kissel, he's like, you're going to want to at least have a team of level 38 Temtems.
I don't.
That was a lie.
I don't trust Yaw on that at all. What does he say though? For this update,
level up to at
least
least level 50.
But as usual, the higher the better. For team suggestions, Mudrid and Grumper are valuable at Mudrid. Wait, is Mudrid getting a buff? Is Mudrid going to be usable?
Mudrid's typing means that it counters electric digital on both ends. Yeah, it's fantastic for this island.
Oh, that's fair. But they could have like water, like they're gonna have, you know, obviously there's gonna be fire digital. There's already a water digital. You know, there's typings that, you know, it doesn't resist. So, but yeah, and Nestle with electric synthesize should carry you far too. You can find these in Tsukma, Kisiwa, and Dennis respectively. On layers, keep in mind that they can be redone as many times as needed until you complete, but they're challenging. Neat. Oh, very excited.
So on the Mudrid thing, because we're gonna get more digitals, I don't know. Mudrid might be looking kind of nice. Like it's not gonna get 4x by a melee because you can hard swap into a digital on that turn, maybe.
Yeah.
It's looking good.
I'm excited.
Looking good.
We want to move on to the next thing.
Yeah. So, we got some big news. I saw this on a tweet, but I also saw it in a message. Do you want to hit up this one, Gaijin?
Sure. So Humble Games posted a tweet, and it says, "Are you excited for the CIPANKU update? We are too. Join us for lots of Play Temtem this week. On Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific time, they will be streaming Temtem with some weirdo named It's Gaijin Boo. I don't know who he is or why he's there, but he's going to be hanging out on Humble Games Twitch account. So if you all aren't following Humble Games and you guys want to see me and hang out and interact with me on Humble Games, it would be super appreciated. I am gonna be a little nervous, I think, a little I don't know, just nervous. So, you know, seeing some nice familiar faces there would be really appreciated. So I'm really excited to be streaming with Humble Games. I never would have imagined.
The advice I used to get when I performed is just imagine the audience in their underwear.
Yeah,
there you go.
You know, I've walked in on people in their underwear. It's usually weirder than it is comforting. So
I was gonna make a dirtier joke, but then I just kind of stopped. Yeah, there you go, Rawrzyyy.
He can't do that to himself on stream.
I was gonna say, imagine them in your underwear. Convert your desk to a standing desk. Tilt your web camera down.
And then on
Post
Thursday
your OnlyFans
at 2 p.m. Pacific time, they will be streaming with Karth as well. I guess they did hit up Plus OP, and I guess I got back to them first. I feel bad for taking Daddy Temtem's spot, but you know, I need a little love too, so.
Hey,
but Plus is going to be doing his thing all day anyway, so he'd be busy.
Yes. And you know, to share the love, there are going to be lots of content creators, hopefully streaming Temtem this coming week. Friend of the show and founder of the show originally, Vonlin, will be streaming on Tuesday evening. If you are watching this live, that's April 13th. You can join his Discord for more information. There was somebody else who was going to be streaming, but it also slipped my mind to throw them into the document. But Rawrzyyy, are you going to be streaming?
I'm not going to do anything for the update.
Okay.
I definitely like having a small bubble community, but I'm not too keen on the 1,000 viewers stopping by and spamming, and that's not really my style.
Spam.
So
Friend of the show, Maluna, is going to be streaming. Let's go.
I'll probably be back shortly after the update. After things calm down a little bit more on the Twitch side of things, I'll try to do some streams.
Yeah, I probably won't be able to tackle CIPANKU until Wednesday night. I'm going to be helping out like one of my D&D players with something. So, and then date night for me is tomorrow night. So it's just like, it's there.
Gotta
but
wait.
Yeah, I know, but oh boy, am I going to be ready.
That is some serious words right there, Willow. CIPANKU on hold for date night.
Yes, date night's precious. Gotta preserve the time. And then the final live stream I put in the notes of for the CIPANKU launch. Krima is actually going to be doing a live stream on Thursday. On a special Krima channel that they Play Temtem channel that they started.
Yeah,
I have
twitch.tv/Play Temtem.
Yes, is it Twitch? Yep, twitch.tv/Play Temtem. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I had the right link there. And Q Angel is going to be leading through the playthrough, so that's going to be like really exciting to hang out with him because he always comes and hangs out with everybody else as like they're playing through the content, and we can all join in and make memes at our wonderful QA.
Make sure you bring the small emotes with you.
Yeah, the small emotes, just the small ones.
Just the smallest ones.
But yeah, it's going to be really exciting to kind of watch that stream and maybe get some insight from the team behind the game. And Q Angel watches us find all the bugs. Now we can watch him find all the bugs.
Encounter them on stream.
Yeah. And so here's the other thing that kind of happened to me for Kisua was I unfortunately had to bow out of my playthrough with Vonlin a little early, so I didn't rush through the content as quick as everyone else. And I kind of got to the content a day behind everyone else. But there was apparently a lot of bugs with like the atmosphere and the sound settings for General X and everything after him. And when I got to him, by the time of my playthrough, it's like smooth and like everything was fixed. So that made me like feel just really good because the General X music was kind of like super hype.
I was really sad that I had no music for that at all.
Yeah, and so now it's just like, okay, so I gotta put CIPANKU off for like a day or two and then play through it. And so hopefully they get like a lot of the major kinks that are you know, the immersive things like out of the way first, and then we'll be good.
You know, I've got a lot of trust issues surrounding the audio, and it's unfortunately largely due to that whip lump. I muted way back when our free tem spot was still the Magnus patch, and I forgot to unmute initially in Gesua, so I didn't actually hear the bugged boss music with General X. I just didn't remember to turn my audio back on. So everyone's been bugging me now. I've got to turn my audio back on this time. I've got to listen to it. Now hearing that there were audio bugs before, I hope that they have it sorted out this time. There's definitely, you know, potential that because it is on PlayStation now as well, and the updates have been going through a little bit more processing, they could have, you know, spent a little bit of time and found the bugs before they launch and have everything fixed before we get to access it. That'd be kind of cool.
It would be nice, but let's be honest. There will always be bugs. There will always be something. If humans make it, it's not perfect, and humans can break it. But yes, hopefully there will be less bugs due to the extra time taken to put into development and all that stuff.
Okay, so let's throw a little bit of community love here. Other than yourself, because we'll all be eventually creating content for this game, are there any live streams or anybody you're really excited to see and experience going through this content with? As far as like content creators or players you might know in the game? And you can even say the dev team because they are not yourself.
I'm really excited to talk about the stuff with all the people that I normally hang out and talk with. Like I watch other streamers and stuff too, but I like to mostly just lurk.
Yeah,
that's fair. I lurk
too. I haven't been too big in the up and coming Temtem streamer space these last few months. I've just stuck with Old Faithful with Plus and Kami, Tsubaki. So I guess the three of them. I guess Kami's probably maybe the least known because of the time slot, because he's usually middle of the night for North America, early in the morning for Europe. So a lot of the Australians know and love him.
Yeah, I would say Kami's up there for me. I sometimes while I'm at work, I turn on 8-Bit stream and just kind of put it on the other screen, like while I'm working with the kids and stuff. I would love to see what he what he classifies, but the community classifies as a baby tin, and kind of how that grows and or how that grows in his teams and the stuff he uses whenever he does Little Cup against Quarter and other people.
Yeah, there's a lot of like new streamers and stuff, but I like to see how long people stick around first, because people come and go, and I also have a very specific like taste when it comes to streams as well. So there's a lot of streamers, but just they don't really hit the level of stuff I need to really be able to enjoy. Like I can't do high energy at all. Like if somebody's like, except for you, Kennedy, because I've dealt with you a lot.
I'm like above average energy.
Like
I can be smooth, like
I'm not down with high energy. I'm not down with screaming. I'm not down with what I would call overreacting, like not being real. But okay, I don't know.
Based on these parameters, I have to at least. They will hate me forever if I don't say this. Mr. Kunders is a really good streamer. He's brand new. He's only had 2 or 3 streams in Temtem, but he's been around the competitive scene for a really long time. He's been a Plus viewer for even longer, and I didn't know what to expect going into it. His first few streams were fantastic.
Ooh,
so
I'll have to check
I will at least say that Mr. Kunders is doing a very good job.
So is it Koenders or Koonders?
It is Koe, and I believe there's 2 S's. So Mr. Kunders, Koen, and then
drop a link in chat if you got one.
I'll have to find it. Hold on.
You got time.
Okay.
We've got 30 minutes.
Just summarizing this quickly, I'd say for me, what I'm really looking forward to, I'm going to definitely watch the dev live stream on Thursday. Yes. Depending on if I play or not, Gaijin, I will probably watch your stream as a VOD, but those are probably the 2 I'm looking forward to. So, with that, let's hit up the quiz. So this was something that came out last week, and we actually canceled our episode last week, so we're covering it this week. We got a little teaser of some of the stuff that's going to be coming in Temtem. The Play Temtem account on Twitter tweeted out a quiz that Professor Konstantinos put out that had some questions on it on just some of the features and trying to guess which ones, how many of a feature we were getting, and which ones were true or false. I can cover this just like super quick, and then we can kind of talk about. Yeah, so we got how many new traits are coming with CIPANKU? 26 new traits. How many techniques are coming with Cipanku? 29 new techniques, that is to say. How many new gears are coming with Cipanku? 7 new gears. How many Tempedia entries are coming with Cipanku? 24. It's true there will be 24 new animations added. There are 4 previously known but untamable Temtem will be tameable in Cipanku. And it is false that the Cipanku launch date is far away. So the first one of these I wanted to tackle, we're gonna do these a little out of order.
The animations, because Savage Suplex is gonna look sick. I can't wait to see Savage Suplex.
I actually wanted to do the Tempedia entries.
Go for it. I just wanted to say Savage Suplex is gonna be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And probably Electro Punch, hopefully, and Quentalenia
all the streams, So the one I wanted to tackle first was the Tempedia entries. I put this in the document of all the Temtem that we know are coming. So skip ahead like 2 minutes if you've been like saving your ears from not knowing what Tims are coming out. But we got Obi-Wan, the party ball thing, Molgu, the digital dinosaur, Smolzy, Sparzy, and Golzy. The bee thing, I do not know its name. The breeding cattail thing, I do not know its name. Ragnet, Ampling, Amphitheater, and the mythical Temtem, which was revealed not revealed, but said that we could obtain in the blog post. So if we're getting 24 new Tempedia entries, we know 12 of those Tims that we're getting, and we don't know there's 12 unknown Tims that are going to be added in, which is like incredibly exciting to me that like there's still so much more. It's everything we know. There's that plus more. Like that's great.
I just want to see them all. I need them. I really want to know what these traits are, though, and how many of them are actually going to be any good.
So there's one, we've been making memes about this for quite a little while. The only trait that I know 100% is coming, besides the one that they confirmed that seems like it's, splitter, maybe the opposite of spreader or something. But the one that I'm confident for, Trauma on here, is going to therapy. He is going to be a new man. He's going to be recovered. And now he's going to beef himself up when he gets hit. That's my prediction for Cipanku. That on here evolution is going to have a very spicy trait on Trauma's side.
Now, what makes you think it's going to be an evolution? Why not just why wouldn't it just be like something like, like not an evolution? Just, something that heals him, takes away all of his pain.
Well, they've been talking about an evolution, at least the community has, for quite a while.
TM Trainer is asking if we want some spice. Is it Old Spice?
I love spice.
Yeah, he's about to give us cumin. This isn't...
TM Trainer, what you got, baby? TM Trainer is on the team, the Grim team.
Give me that
chat
good
right
spice.
now, asking if we'd like some spice.
While we wait for the spice
to be delivered,
this is
the Uber Eats is on its way.
I think it's a good time to pull up the recap news. And so the final thing that we missed while we were on our week off, the Crimid team posted a recap, just kind of going over all the things that have been added into Temtem since the early access launch. And it's easy to kind of think about these things as just like part of the game, but then you remember like how much life they added to the game when we got the competitive mode, housing, CIPANK, chat, dojo rematches, radars, fishing, wishing wells, and of course the many bug fixes and the nice amount of balance that has brought so many Tims to be competitively viable.
Speaking of competitively viable, TM Trainer says, so earlier on the Discord, someone asked what Temtem we've been looking forward to. Obi-Wan and Ditto are easily the most competitively interesting in my opinion.
Also, Suki told me I could say this, so
Thank you, Suki, for blessing team trainers right to say this. Obi-Wan.
yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with the Ditto type Tem, because Ditto is such an interesting Pokemon, and Pokemon just from the things you can do with it with its held item, and the Krima team always so far with Temtem, what we've seen, they know how to take an idea and make it their own and improve upon it, which is really exciting to see what their flavor is on this. With that, was there anything you wanted to cover from the recap before we go into our tournaments and community events?
I would honestly just encourage you all to go check out the recap. There's a lot of great stuff in here, and I think it's definitely worth a read. I would urge that you just take some time to go back and just reminisce a little bit. It's put together really well, and someone put some time into it. So give it a read.
And same for you, Rawrzyyy. Anything you wanted to cover?
No, I think that's a pretty self-explanatory one. It's really good for the players who either didn't come at the very beginning or maybe spent some time away during the content drought and are now coming back. But otherwise,
Agreed.
I mean, for the routine listeners here, everybody kind of knows what's been going on.
All right. The next thing we have to hit up is our community events and tournaments. I did not compete in the Plus Weekly 43 this week. I actually ended up playing comp matches that morning all day on Temtem for hours on end. And I had a lot of fun doing it, which I just felt very fulfilled. I don't know if either of you are... Well, actually, I don't have to think for you. You guys can think for yourselves. Do either of you want to talk about the Plus Weekly 43? There were a couple interesting moments I had.
Rawrzyyy should absolutely talk about it because I didn't watch it. Rawrzyyy hasn't spoken a whole lot because I feel like we keep cutting him off from talking. So let's let
Okay,
Rawrzyyy
so
speak.
I'm going to give my opinion before... No, I'm kidding. Go ahead, Rawrzyyy.
I got a couple things. The two spiciest messages about that tournament. Feynman, man, that team... He ran 8 fire Tems.
What?
He ran 8 fire Tems and he did really well. he did so well. That was so impressive. I kind of talked down about the team during the Swiss, but he really showed up. He did a great job.
Let's go.
Beyond that, Kami made it to the finals with Korin back on his team. That's something he hasn't used in a weekly since the beginning of Kisua. He moved away from that Korin train pretty quickly, and actually Feynman was the one who picked it up when he dropped, but yeah, it was so good to see Kami using Tems and techniques that he used to use way back when and make it all the way to the finals and give Subakia a run for his money.
Feynman went 3 and 2 with 8 fire Tems?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if there was too much spice other than that. There was I can talk about at least one match, the Talon versus Ricky Tan quarterfinals. Spectacular fashion, Talon through in an Aussie way. And I DM'd Ricky immediately afterwards and said, thank you for smashing us. He did such a good job. He capitalized on a really big mistake and just ran with it and turned what would have been an 0-2 loss into a 2-1 victory. So he did very well as well and finished in 3rd place because of it.
Man.
Dave Goblino's been competing in these again, which is always it's always fun watching him compete.
He's also in chat. Hi, Dave Goblino.
Oh,
Hi,
yo,
Dave.
What's up, Dave? In the opening round of the tournaments, there was a Taifu. Taifu made it to the top cut on Buff Duck versus Dave Goblino, and I was watching that game, and I honestly think the only reason Dave Goblino, amazing player, I will not take anything from him. The only reason Buff Duck lost that game, it was Taifu into a Doroboros, and there was one other toxic Tem. I forget who he had on his team. But I looked at Buff Duck's team, and I looked at Dave Goblino's team, and I'm like, Buff Duck did not consider how he's going to kill this Adoraboros, because Taifu has Hypoxia, but it can't sit in and keep Hypoxia into, you know, toxic inks. And didn't have a plan for the Adoraboros. Adoraboros ran truck on his face, and then unfortunately he lost. Well, I say unfortunately. I'm a big Taifu fan because I thought it was the most garbage Temtem in the world until I understood it could cheer up after it could cheer up and provide so much weird support utility that other Tims don't have the option of doing. And then I'm like, oh my god, Taifu's kind of nice. So it's really fun watching a more experienced player like pilot Taifu. And I was a little sad that Buff Duck didn't take the match, but also really interesting to see Adoraboros coming on the up and ups.
You know, there was, I don't remember how long ago, I believe Taifu or Hidoti were in Park one week. I think it was an SV week. And there was a comment in the Discord from Yaz saying changes were coming for Taifu. You should stock up now while you still have time. And I'm wondering if CIPANKU is Taifu's time to shine. I wonder if he gets something ridiculous.
I mean, Taifu's special defense is like out of this world.
Taifu's getting plague, baby.
I don't know its base special defense, but it's really, really high. When a Temtem has like a stat like that, you can afford to invest heavily in another. So it's like if you put all of your TVs in HP and defense, the thing's just a wall. It's really oppressive, and the only thing that kind of takes it down is unfortunately how powerful toxic Tims are to, you know, just hit through it. And it can heal, it can bark shield, it's such a weird Tim, and it's so interesting that it's bad. And I guess Quetzalino is a major issue against it. But someday Taifu will have a place like within the game. So.
Due to chain heal, I genuinely think that if Taifu were to get tenderness and you run a chamomile tenderness Taifu with defense investment, that would be something that works. You just tenderness, spam the toxics a little bit, heal yourself back up, come back in later with a reset on your chamomile, and you're good to go. Your Hypoxia is going to take down that Goulder before he can kill you.
I have or rather somebody from the foundation let me Rawrzyyy let me borrow a Taifu. I have a ladder Taifu team, and I use a Luma Taifu that's not perfect, so I can't use it in tournaments.
Yeah.
I have a ladder Taifu team, and I call it a shotgun team, and everything's like speed TV'd around cheering up after Piercing Wheel from Zazair and after Undermine from Momo. And it's, you know, cheer up, Undermine, cheer up, Piercing Wheel, cheer up, Undermine, cheer up, Piercing Wheel. And the moment, if you can set up the board state to get there, it's oppressive.
You mean the Bork state?
The Bork state? Yeah. It's oppressive. And I think like that's really undervalued with Taifu, that it's such a powerful wall in terms of its stats and its typing. Nature's just a really good defensive typing if you ignore fire and toxic. Before we got Quetzalino in the game, nature super tanks were like the thing running away with the meta.
Toxic and fire.
There was a time when Tsubaki was taking tournaments with Salad Stall when we didn't have Quetzalino in the game. Like,
yeah,
that was a real thing. Saku, Volfi, Cerny was a terrifying
Salad
thing.
Stall is currently not as prevalent. Curse you, Tsubaki, and your Superman Saku.
You know, I think that the salads are going to be a little bit worse for wear coming up, though, just because largely they're based off of that Cerny with really good physical defense, but pretty poor special defense. And if this Fire 2i evolution is going to be a special attacker like many people are predicting, then that's just one more probably common Tem that's going to be pretty strong. But then Quetz is still going to exist. You know that these Koish are still going to be running around with their Synergy Master shenanigans.
Yeah.
So it seems like it's a pretty difficult road ahead for some of these solid teams. You know, really the saving grace is going to be the comeback of Water to try and counter some of these digitals. potentially would pressure out all of these
Come on.
all of these fire Tems.
Gary,
Maybe.
get a useful turn 1.
Gary, what do you? Droply is the way to go. You want that water affinity. You give up
water
Earthbreaker,
affinity.
whatever. You don't need Earthbreaker.
Whatever.
Have you seen
Droply's
have you
pretty,
seen
pretty
the
gosh
water
darn.
affinity water jet? My god.
It is destructive. Absolutely
What's that, Riken? You
destructive.
think you're okay? Quetzalcoatl. It'll do 5%. You're gone. A water jetted you. You're gone.
All right. The next tournament. Oh, and finally, Mr. Tsubaki-chan won the weekly 42.
Weekly 43.
Oh, for weekly 43. I'm sorry.
That's
My
what we're
brain
covering. We're
started
covering
moving
them
on to the
backwards.
42. Yeah.
Weekly 42.
So on to the weekly 42. I actually competed in this one, and I was hanging out with Rawrzyyy, who helped me build a pretty fun freeze team where I still freeze 0 Tems.
I really didn't approve of the
How?
freeze core, I gotta say.
I have to say that it feels good to see Sweetie Poo go 1 and 4. That's what he gets for leaving the foundation.
Let's go. Wait, how did he do better than me and I dropped out?
Wait, what?
Or he did worse than me. No, he did better than me. I
Yeah,
dropped
he
out.
won
Okay,
one.
that's good. Yeah. I went, my goal was to go 4-1 in a tournament or, win a tournament. And so as soon as I lost my first 2, I was like, I'm going to go hang out with some friends tonight. But I had some incredibly close games to this in that tournament. And I lost the games to 1-turn mistakes. It came down to the last Temtem. Doing one thing differently would have changed the outcome of the game. And it never fails that it's just the match that I lost, my second match before I dropped out, I wasn't aware. Plus OP started watching it, and I went to the stream after the match, and I was just like, okay, I'm dropping out. Plus wait a second, that's me. Oh God. It's
Plus
always
has a
it's
really
always that.
uncanny knack of televising your worst matches. At least in my experience.
What do you mean televising your worst matches? I seem to recall your double madness buff
Okay.
Flash sweep being on stream.
That was
Let's go.
my one good match was also televised.
But that wasn't televising Gaijin. That was televising the other person. I'm kidding. But Gaijin, did you compete in the weekly?
I have
on
not
the
competed
42?
since the one we all lost.
Okay.
I've been taking
Are you
a
scarred?
little bit of a break. No. I'm just
Okay.
taking a little bit of a break because I know I'm going to have to rework everything when CIPANKU comes out, and I've been just trying to play other stuff.
No, you
and-
don't. Just go 500.
Yeah, easy.
500 attack, 500 HP. You'll be fine.
And so let's see who won this one.
Friend of the show, Mr. Rishi, actually won this tournament. It
Wow,
escapes my mind
2,600
what he
wins
was
finally
using.
helped him accomplish something.
Here's the funny thing about that, though.
Just kidding. Rishi's
and
super good.
Rishi and I were playing League of Legends right before the tournament started. And we were dunking on kids. He was jungling and I was playing mid. And then after the tournament started, I was like, Rishi, I'm gonna go hang out with Rawrzyyy. I'll talk to you later. Bye. I should have been hanging out with Rishi and just sapping off his good energy.
I'm
kidding,
So you're
Rawrzyyy, I'm
saying
kidding.
Rawrzzyy's the reason you lost?
No.
Absolutely,
yeah. No.
Rishi just went Rishi just went insane. He was unbridled.
It's usually the coach's fault, though. Let's be completely honest.
Now you say that, Rawrzyyy, but the team that we put together for that was actually incredibly it was incredibly competitive. I misplayed those 2 turns, and that was the reason why I lost it. I don't think it was the team's fault. The fact that both of those games came down to 1 turn difference is just, you got to play with the team a half dozen games or so before you're really comfortable with it.
I'm not going to make any friends by saying this, but that team had a lot of problems, and I think that if you had different opponents, it would have been a bit more of a smashing failure.
Fair enough. I'll take it. Fair enough.
There were some weird decisions that I don't think we were even aware of until we were in the match, and you switched over to something, and we were like, oh, that Kinu doesn't survive a Noxious Bomb. Okay.
The biggest problem was my Volarin is a special attacking Volarin that I've never bothered to change because I don't know.
Surprise.
Yeah, it's got 500. Well, not 500. It's got optimized attack and then, or not attack, special attack and then optimized speed. It's just literally the world's hardest hitting hyperkinetic strike. That's what it does, and it just keeps doing it until it dies.
We were in the second game of his Swiss rounds when we said, bring out Volarin, then Nox Bomb here.
And I was like, how about we Toxic Plume instead? And you guys are like, Toxic Plume doesn't deal any damage. I was like, but this Volarin.
It still doesn't deal any damage. It's too weak. Your HKSs did hit hard the 2 times we clicked it, though.
Yeah, it feels good. You only need 1 brain cell to press that button.
Yeah, baby.
Do I have speed bonuses? I do. Hyperkinetic strike. And it will probably die.
And the next thing you put on the thing was the events calendar?
Oh, yeah. So
Tonight's Garden. By the way. Awesome.
Yeah, real quick before we do that, if you ever want to write in the show and you want to ask us anything, express an opinion, appreciate us, or tell us something that we did wrong, you can email the show at temtalkshow@gmail.com. I check it in the middle of the week and every time before the show goes live. And that email again is temtalkshow@gmail.com.
That is correct. We do only have 7 minutes now. I mean, I can technically work and talk at the same time, so it's not like we have to like leave right this minute anyway. I'm just
No, it's fine. We're near the end of the episode. The last thing I kind of wanted to start doing, since we have this wonderful site, Tonight's Garden, that the community created for us. They have an events calendar, and I kind of just wanted to say, like, this week in Temtem, here's kind of what we're looking at.
Yeah, CIPANKU release, baby, on the 13th. They have it added.
Yes, CIPANKU release.
And by the way, maintenance is expected to be long, of around 2.5 hours, and is expected to begin at 7 a.m. Pacific time. They'll keep us posted if there's any possible changes. So just keep that in mind, everybody. Maintenance is going to be 7 a.m. Pacific time, and it should be about 2.5 hours. It could run long, so, just be ready.
So if you guys want, I probably have a little bit more detailed events calendar than what's currently on Tonight's Garden, largely coming from Plus and his own Discord server, because I think that the only event on the calendar is a CIPANKU Tem auction with Legacy on the 15th.
That's currently all that's
so as far as the competitive
tournaments go, Rawrzyyy.
I believe Plus is still planning on having his weeklies every Friday, but he's also in just a couple of weeks. Let me see if there's an exact date.
Let's just do this week's. Let's just do this week's events.
Oh, okay.
And then next week we can do next week's events.
If you'd like to come back, Rawrzyyy.
You do have a punch card.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be this week. I think it probably is next week that he's starting some EU weeklies. And then there's another FT event in the plans. There's Club Wars coming up, and another NID Cup from Plus will be in May.
Wait, is it May 13th? Is it my birthday?
You are not that lucky. It's going to be on May 8th.
Gosh darn it, Plus.
So close.
Can't even give me a
I'll throw a Gaijin Appreciation Day on May 8th or 13th.
No,
there you go.
I think it should be on the
8th. All right. So let's do our closing and our pluggeronis. I'm gonna go first because I think I let you go first last week, Gaijin? ? I don't remember. I'm going to be streaming D&D on my Twitch channel every Saturday. If you want to come out and listen to some fantasy storytelling, it is a lot of fun. We got a demon princess and a party of nobles and gladiators and scholars stuck in an apocalypse. It's a heck of a time.
I'm the demon princess, by the way.
Ooh.
Yes. It's Gaijin Boo. But no, the Twitch channel is twitch.tv/PresbyKennedy, and always hang out in the Discord too, and we chit chat a lot about fantasy stuff. I'll be doing some Temtem live stream, but it's really sporadic, so please join the Discord if you want to follow that, and I appreciate you.
Very sporadic. It's almost like he's given up.
No,
Rawrzyyy,
I would
it's
never.
your turn to plug yourself, baby.
He doesn't
Or
do
plug,
that. We have to
whatever,
do it for him.
Plug whoever or whatever you want to.
I will track down his
I'm
Twitter
going to
channel.
plug
I'll do
Kennedy. No, I'm pretty inconsistent on the Twitch space. I usually my only consistency is with Plus on the weeklies. But I will be coming back a little bit for CIPANKU, doing some of the PvE and getting into PvP streams.
Yes.
So if you want to follow my Twitch, it's twitch.tv/Rawrzyyy, Rawrzyyy. I've got the same name on every platform. So if you're on like anything, like even a weird mobile game, and you're like, I wonder if Rawrzzyy's here, just search for me, and it's the same name. You'll find me.
And
Alrighty. And Gaijin, how about yourself?
everybody kind of knows where to
Are you
find
even
me.
streaming Temtem this week? I don't think.
Yeah,
no,
I'm gonna
kidding.
be streaming
I'm
basically
joking.
all day Tuesday. After my humble stream, I'm gonna be jumping right on my own thing anyway. Maybe I can get them to rate me. But yeah, I'm gonna be streaming Temtem all week. Basically, it's gonna be the only thing I'm streaming because new content, fresh content. I'm so pumped. I'm so hyped. I mean, I may stream something on the weekend other than Temtem, but debatable. We'll see. But anyways, yeah, you guys can find me twitch.tv/it's Gaijinboo, ITSGAIJINBUU. Basically the same thing on Twitter, Instagram, Vero, Snapchat, whatever. Not Facebook,
Alrighty.
because Facebook is trash.
True.
And it is true. I've deleted my Facebook,
And
it's best
everybody,
decision ever.
you might want to check and see if you are one of the 500 million people whose data got leaked, by the way.
Well, depending on your country, they may not be telling you.
Yeah.
True.
We live stream the show every Monday night on this Twitch channel, twitch.tv/temtalkshow. We're changing our live stream time. We're live streaming at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for now on. So for those of you who joined us live, we really appreciate it. And we look forward to hanging out with you in the future. Thank you everybody for watching. And Rawrzyyy, you got our turn 30, and if you don't have one, I think I might have one.
Just an FYI, we changed the show time because I work now at 8 p.m. every night on Monday, so we're gonna do it earlier in the day. So if you want to come and hang out, that's where we'll be.
All right. So
I didn't want to
for
put you
turn
on
30.
blast.
I don't have one specific thing. I think before I had a weird just thing that I read. Now we'll talk about games, I guess.
Oh, are we
Let's
talking
go.
about Pony Island?
I could. Pony Island's really good, but I think there are a couple of better options here. So I still don't think that we have any kind of announcement for a release date on Silksong. But I need it. It's Hollow Knight's new sequel. I need that
You
game
like
in my
Hollow
life.
Knight?
When Silksong comes out, I'm probably going to stream that game for 48 hours all weekend long without
Oh wow, this
potty
looks
breaks.
so pretty. I just Google searched it.
Hollow
Beyond
Knight
that,
art
the
is
game that I've
incredible.
been playing in the meantime, because you can't just continually play. I've got like 500 hours in Hollow Knight. I can't do that to myself anymore. So I've been playing Sultan's Sanctuary, which is kind of like a mixture of Hollow Knight and Dark Souls, which is ironic because a lot of people say Hollow Knight is already like Dark Souls, but this is much more so. So that's just a really fun game that I've been playing in the meantime to try and beat myself up as I wait for Silksong to come out. But now I'm worried Silksong is going to get a release date while we're in Club Wars, and I'm going to have to pick how I want to live my life.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now, and
You said
yeah, this is looking
Sultan
pretty.
Sanctuary, right?
Correct.
Yeah, you mentioned that the other night in my rolled out stream. Holy moly, rolled out was getting me sick. I uninstalled that. But
Silk Song that looks like. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gaijin.
Sultan Sanctuary looks really cool. But yeah, I also am excited to watch you play Silk Song. So I'm not super good at platformers. I've tried playing Hollow Knight. I'm terrible at it, but I really want to watch a legend.
I mean, I could definitely, before Club Wars starts, get a couple of Hollow Knight streams in, try to show off a little bit. It's been a while, so I'll have to warm up. I'll take 5 minutes or so, run through the Path of Pain twice, and then I'll be warmed up and good to go.
So if you guys want to watch Rawrzyyy play Hollow Knight, twitch.tv/Rawrzyyy, or Rawrzyyy, as he said. I'm going to say Rawrzyyy for the rest of my life. But yeah.
All right, let's get out of here, Gaijin. Get you to your job and making that good old money.
I'm gonna do the ending thing now.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. Are we gonna do a post show, Gaijin, or no?
I mean, I can hang out and talk while I work if Rawrzyyy still has time to hang around.
Yeah, I'm fishing.
All right.
Okay.
Give me just a minute.
Yeah,
I'm gonna run the ending thing real quick here. Hold on.
All right.
Friends.
Thank you, everybody, for listening.